Battle of Alberta that happened last night. The Flames and the Oilers, it never disappoints. There's big hits, there's lots of pretty goals, but most of all, there's some drama. And guess who's at the center of it? It's
Matthew Tkachuk.
So he was, he had some big hits last night. A few against Zach Kassian. One should probably get suspended, but the one that drew a lot of people's attention was actually one later in the game. I thought it was a completely clean hit, this one. But as a result, because Zach Kassian was getting pummeled by Tkachuk all night, Kassian just ragdolls him. Tkachuk's not going to fight at all because he's not going to lower himself to a fourth liner. But seriously, he gets up again. I'm sure you've seen the video, Alex. But Kassian just throws him around like he is nothing. It is hilarious.
Yeah, it was quite funny. I had a couple problems. Now, the first one was the first hit. I'm assuming there were two big hits that everyone was talking about before Kassian threw him around. The first Tkachuk hit was, I'm very sure, it was the main point of contact was the head. If it wasn't the head, it was pretty much the neck.
The one Rachel Doré probably tweeted about.
Yes, it was that one. That was direct contact to the head. Main point of contact. No one did a thing. Okay. I'm not even going to yell about the Department of Player Safety. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Because, again, for some reason, only Kassian is getting a hearing. For some reason.
He should, though.
No, I'm not arguing if he should or shouldn't. I think both of them should get a hearing. Both of them should get hearings. Now, my second problem is I don't know what is going through and I get it. They have a difficult job. I understand. I don't know what was going through the ref's mind at that time. There are 4 players involved. If you go watch the Matthew Tkachuk and Zach Kassian thing, it wasn't just the two of them. For some reason, Elias Lindholm is there, and another Edmonton player is there, and Cassie's just ragdolling Tkachuk. Well, Lindholm has someone.
Giordano doesn't do anything.
What?
Giordano doesn't even do anything, and McDavid skates away like nothing's happening.
Yeah, but there's 4 players involved in that one incident, and the refs are like, "Oh, should we?" It's like, go in there. I get they're fighting, but the thing is, there's 4 players fighting, or there's 2 players fighting, and then 2 just there acting like the ref. Like, what's the point? If they were just straight out beating the crap out of each other, that's fine. But that's not what was happening. And no one did a single thing.
You want to hear a tweet from Mark Spector?
Sure.
For a guy, quote, "For a guy who throws a lot of big hits at big guys, Tkachuk sure doesn't like to answer the bell. He's fast getting the rep of the Turtle of Alberta." We all know what Spec is about.
Another player. Really funny. Well, no, he's not necessarily wrong. He does the same thing with Drew Doughty. Now it's begun with Zach Kassian. I mean, there's another player in the NHL who does the same thing. And I think we both know who that is.
Would you be talking about young Tom Wilson?
No, because Tom Wilson will answer the bell. I'm talking about Brad Marchand.
Oh, no, he's not been scummy lately. He's cleaned it up.
No, but in his prime Brad Marchand days.
Well, if you ever... when he was licking people? Well, if you ever get sick of Brad Marchand, just look up the hit PK Subban on him. My God. Do you want to hear some of the comments that Tkachuk and Kassian were throwing back at each other?
Yeah, I saw it. Go, you can tell me anyways.
So, this is from Zach Kassian and Matthew Tkachuk. Quote, Wouldn't fight me 2 years ago. Said I was a fourth liner. Now I have 13 goals. What's the excuse now? You know what I mean. End quote. First of all, Zach Kassian is a fourth liner. The guy would have 3 goals if he didn't play with Connor McDavid. Matthew Tkachuk, by the way, also said on Zach Kassian, quote, if Kassian doesn't want to get hit, then stay off the tracks. I caught him 3 times there. You think he'd learn after the first one? If he wants to react that way, we'll take the power play. We'll take the game winner, and we'll move on to first place. By the way, yeah, they are now first in the Pacific Division because of that. Also, Zach Kassian, called Matthew Tkachuk a word I won't say on this podcast, but I joked about how he was going to get fined and suspended. He'll be suspended for the roughing, I think, and he'll probably get a fine for what he said because he can't do that. And a lot of people were giving him crap for that. And yeah, even if you get hit, I understand that. The head hit he got, but like Zach Kassian can't start using that kind of language.
Wait, who was he talking about? Matthew Tkachuk, or was he talking about the Department of Player Safety?
I thought it was about Matthew Tkachuk.
Oh, okay. I didn't read that quote. It sounds pretty bad. I haven't read it yet. One.
Sorry, I'll get it up quickly, but just give me your thoughts on those little quotes there.
I mean, it's just another example of him to be honest, it's just another Matthew Tkachuk thing. That's pretty much what it is. He does the same stuff with Drew Doughty. Every time the Kings play the Flames, it's done, and then something happens. He does something.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what this is.
He's a Tkachuk.
Yeah.
Like Brady was being such a prick against Carey Price last night. It was... And quickly, Alex, I'm texting you like iMessage the quote from him. I think it was this is from Daniel Nugent Bowman. Quote,
okay.
What he said. I don't want to say it here. Excuse me.
The first one is he's a young punk. I think that's okay.
Yeah, that is.
The second one, yeah, that's fair.
You can't say that. And then he said, so the guy who he got, and then this Daniel Nugent Bowman said, Zach Kassian's very candid when speaking to reporters in the post-game scrum about Matthew Tkachuk. Says he loves the battle with Tkachuk and wished the Oilers could play the Flames in the playoff series.
That would be a killer playoff series.
We don't deserve such a good time.
No, but that's fine because the Edmonton Oilers are making the playoffs. So.
Hey, anything can happen.
Exactly. See, anything can happen, man. I guess another thing, or do you have anything else to say about Matthew Tkachuk?
Not about Tkachuk, no.
Do you have anything to say about Zach Kassian?
Not about Kassian, no.